up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter. And a lot of people been asking me to bring this to the board. I had to sit on it for a little while because I didn't want to run like an Olympic track star and get to the internet and get to giving you fake conclusions. A lot of people been asking me about the DThang thing. That situation been going on crazy. He ended up losing his life in Harvey, Illinois, and a lot of people wanted me to speak on it. I actually went out there to the club because I wanted to touch the scene. I wanted to smell the scene. I wanted to really feel the atmosphere so I can get a real conclusion to it. I was able to stop in Chicago yesterday and talk to a lot of close sources, read a lot of newspaper articles, police reports, and all kind of things. I think I'm ready to come to my conclusion. So today I'm going to give you a little background. I'm going to tell you what happened, and I'm going to give you my conclusion on this story. So the background basically is today we're going to speak on DThang. Now, if you know anything about DThang, then you know that he is Lil Durk's brother. He's also part of the Black Disciples. That's another thing that I noticed. They both rep that Lamron area. Another thing I noticed about DThang is, even though I didn't really see him so disrespectful, I didn't hear stories of him sliding on the ops, he did say a lot of shit about smoking Tuka, and, you know, he did kind of say things out of his mouth that was kind of disrespectful, but a lot of them did, you know, so I noticed that he did do some dissing. Okay, I noticed that he has a lot of friends that lost their life. Okay, as far as Newski, his cousin, we cannot forget OTF Chino. We cannot forget OTF Chino, which was like his partner, part of Lil Durk management. Other people like L.A. Capone and King Von and more people. I just can't write on the board right now. Okay, so automatically that let me know that he could be a op towards the GDs. Okay, now remember, in this culture, you don't really have to be too fully involved. If you're affiliated with people and you said something out of your mouth, people don't forget that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed that instantly. Another thing that I noticed was he was kind of like the big homie. You know, he was kind of like the big homie, the grown one, the big one. Even though I did hear that, you know, he was part of that bullshit. But some people told me DThang was different. He was like the big homie. He was the mentor. He was the guidance. He was the one that was telling these people to do the right thing and don't do the wrong thing, from what I heard. I also heard this nigga was out there on bullshit and he was on some tough guy shit in the background sending people off. But I'm just telling you what I heard. Now remember, the internet has a way of just putting your false shit on the internet and making it truth. Maybe people didn't want to put his good on the internet. That's what I'm saying. What the police is claiming it happened, though, is, I believe, June 5th, which was on a Sunday, I believe. I hope I don't got the dates confused. June 5th on a Sunday, I believe the police is saying on 170 in South Halsted. They're claiming that DThang was at a place called Club O. Okay? They say he was out there at this club. According to the police, sometime around 11 midnight, DThang allegedly got into an altercation with someone. I don't know if it was in the club or outside of the club, but apparently he knew that it was something going on from the people I talked to and reading some of these reports and shit. They say DThang decided to go outside. Okay? Now, we're going to stop right now. Right here. The police is claiming that at the same time, an officer outside seen the guy outside with a gun in his hand. Right before he seen him with a gun in his hand, he heard gunshots. The officer approached that guy with a gun in his hand and seen the group of guys with him. Next thing you know, it was a shootout. Now, this is where it gets sketchy. We don't know if the shooting came from DThang them people, if it was the ops who killed DThang, if it was the police shooting back at DThang, if it was the police shooting at the ops. It was just shooting erupted. A police officer got hit in the leg too, I believe. 500 feet away, they seen DThang outside. But let's get back to it. DThang goes outside, okay? Once he steps outside, he instantly catches a headshot. Okay? Somebody outside had to drop on him, hit him in the head. The police officer Remember, he got in this shootout, all kind of shit. The police officer says 500 feet away, he sees DThang laying on the ground. DThang was killed. He did. 500 feet away, the officer says. The suspects get away. DThang lost his life at Club O. A lot of confusion. A lot of people don't know what's happening. You got to remember, I can't really tell you exactly what happened 100% because I wasn't there. But I have talked to a lot of people close to OTF. Talked to a lot of people close to 600. I talked to a lot of people in Harvey, Illinois. I talked to some people who was even at the club that day. I'm not going to say anyone's names because no one wants to be named in this. In my opinion, I think DThang was snoozing. Okay? I just think he got comfortable and he maybe snoozed. I think he was caught lacking. And the reason I say that is, I talked to a lot of people in Harvey, Illinois. I talked to a lot of people in Chicago. I wanted to talk to regular people. I didn't want to talk to rappers. I didn't want to talk to nobody who had K's behind their numbers on Instagram because I figured it might be for the clout. I talked to a lot of regular people. And guess what they told me? They told me Club O is basically like the meeting ground for the GDs. I was told that Club O is basically like a meeting ground. Like a headquarters for the GDs. I was told all the GDs party at this place. They even have GD DJs. The Harvey, Illinois, at this club is the place where all the GDs go hang out. I'm not saying other gangs don't be in there. I'm not saying there ain't other shit that be in there. But I'm told that this place is heavily influenced by gangster disciples. I'm not sure if DThang knew that. I'm not positive. And if he did know that, I'm not sure that he would want to be up there. I was told that this place is like the stomping ground for the GDs. Me personally, I think this was Get Back. You know, I could be wrong. I can't verify, but it just smells like this was Get Back. Now, I'm not sure who it was Get Back for. If it was Get Back for like FBG Duck, maybe Mubu Crump, maybe some of the GD rappers in Chicago who's affiliated with a lot of GDs all over. But I'm under the impression that DThang lost his life because of prior incidents with the gangster disciples. I'm not sure if it was just diss songs like people say he did this shit because they were dissing each other in songs and Dirk was dissing. Maybe. I could be wrong on this. Remember, we all see things. I don't think it's just one thing. But me personally, I think those guys are famous, they rich, they always have big entourages around them, they shutting down blocks, they shutting down areas when they do videos. It was hard to get to them. I think they finally had an opportunity to get back. I don't find it surprising that that man stepped outside and then caught a headshot. You know, people was waiting on him. I think people in the club knew that it was going to happen to him when he went out. I think a lot of people know what happened that day because it's a club and a lot of people was outside, but no one wants to lose their life over this shit, you know? So, it's a crazy situation, but it's something about this that feels like it's the Get Back. And for some strange reason, I just feel like maybe he might have lost his life for the Get Back. Now, it's on you guys to say who's the person they was doing this shit for the Get Back about. But I think it all boils around gang banging. And I think DThang lost his life over something that was gang related. If you're looking for me to pinpoint a person name to tell you Killed DThang, you ain't finna get that there. Because I ain't the Instagram police. But I'm here to give you my opinions. And my opinions is he lost his life for the Get Back. I think the GDs got a chance to score on the BDs. As crazy as it sounds. Remember, King Von lost his life, but not by the hands of the GDs. I think finally, in their opinion, in their mind, they feel like this was the Get Back. Because the GDs have lost a lot of prominent rappers like Brick, you know, Mubu Crump, you know, FBG Duck, you know, Lil Mister, Lil JoJo. I think they finally got some Get Back, in my opinion. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the homie Truth. Blah, blah.